Hello, I'm Paul Pluta. Welcome to the Archie Luxury and the Paul Pluta channel. Today I'm doing a paid review. Remember, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and look in the description for 10 ways you can keep me full-time on YouTube. This is a paid review for Scott. Hi Arch, love your channel. Keep up the good work. I miss the swearing, so I've added some swear words in this email. Please call me Scott for purposes of this review. I'm 41 years old. I'd appreciate your thoughts on my collection. I currently have a Rolex ceramic sub, the Rolex Batman GMT, the Omega Man on the Moon, and the Rolex DSSD, the Blue Sea Dweller. Okay. I love all these watches, and they all get an equal amount of wrist time. I bought all of them on the grey market, saving approximately $5,000 to $6,000 for the whole collection. I sold off all my shitters years ago with the exception of a Casio Rangeman, which I keep for all its practicality. I've acquired all the pictured pieces in the last 6 months. I'm not a dress watch guy, so a Reverso or Patek is out of the question for me altogether. I'm truly a stainless steel tool watch kind of guy. I've attached 2 photos of my collection. I don't plan to expand it anytime soon. A little background. I'm a former US fast attack submariner and Navy diver. I spent 9 years in the Navy. I was able to acquire a commercial pilot's license with my re-enlist bonus. I wanted each of my watches to represent something I've accomplished in the past. The Omega Man on the Moon just represents pride in my country for the accomplishments in space exploration, besides being an incredible chronograph. A little extra background. I've lived in Hawaii for 21 years. 4 years ago, my fucking bitch of an ex-wife left me and took my only daughter with her. I struggled financially for a couple of years, living less than paycheck to paycheck, eating ramen noodles and scraping by on the dollar menu at McDonald's. I was paying $1,000 a month in child support. There were times when I literally had no money at all available to me for anything that I may have needed. I even used the dreadful payday loans, knowing that it was bad. But when you're desperate, you do what you need to survive. I lived in a shitty 700 square foot apartment paying $15.75 in rent per month. At one point in mid-2013, if I'd owned a gun, I would not be writing this email to you right now. That's how bad it got for me. Fast forward, and I found my soulmate in late 2014. We married in mid-2015. And it's been nothing but bliss ever since. She's a smart, hard-working Asian Hawaiian who actually makes more money than me. We both have very secure jobs. We own a $1.5 million home together. If there was ever time I believed in God and that he could perform miracles, it was then and now. Life is good now, and I don't want to waste your time with any more details. I've sent you $100 in PayPal for this review because I know what it's like to struggle. Nobody should have to struggle through life. God bless again. Thank you again, and God bless you, Archie. Regards, Scott. What a fabulous story. I love it. Scott, I don't want to be negative. It's great to hear you found a beautiful Asian Hawaiian. They're actually quite gorgeous. They're lovely women. Look, Scotty, just always keep a little bit to yourself there, because you know as well as I do, sometimes these women, they can be really good. No one marries a vicious, nasty bitch. But the wives turn into that down the track. Believe you me, it's marketing 101. So just keep a little bit to yourself all the time there, Scotty. Paid watch review. So what do I think of your collection? You've got a Rolex ceramic sub. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Classic steel Rolex ceramic sub. You can't go wrong with that piece at all. That's great. You got a Batman. No, 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 Batman. That's a great watch. That's a great watch. And then you have got the Omega Speedmaster Professional Man on the Moon. Man on the Moon. It's another great watch. And then you've got the blue Sea Dweller. That's the James Cameron. James Cameron. Wowzers. So that is 4 super pieces. And I really do get that you're been a diver. So, you know, the dive watches mean a lot. You've got 2 divers, the GMT pilots, and the Omega Man on the Moon. That's another pilot's watch. So that's the ultimate pilot watch. So I get it. I got to tell you, Scott, I do like how, I got to tell you this, you know, I was actually just thinking about my collection today, and I had this dickwad who was going to buy my Patek, but it's a long story. It's a long story. I just get really angry talking to him. And I said to him, I just thought, you know, what would it be like? Steel, just steel sports Rolex, you know, steel type watches. And, you know, because the Reverso, you could say, is a bit of a sporty watch because it was for polo players. They were officers in the British Army, so you could easily say that is a sporty watch, sports watch, one of the original sports watches. So that, you know, you could sort of swing it in there. But okay, I agree. I agree. In my case, I got to tell you there, you got a beautiful collection. Those 4 pieces, I think, is absolutely fantastic. I love it. I love it. You got really good balance there. I really do like it. I think this is a beautiful collection. Rolex, you can never go wrong with Rolex. I mean, the wristwatch market, it's 2017. It's really tough. Used watches is very, it's a real shitter of a market. But Rolex holds its own. You really won't go too wrong with Rolex. And the Omega, yes, Omega's been a little bit hit by the wristwatch depression. But man, the Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon, what a bang per buck piece. What a great piece. It is just so cool. So I would have to say to you personally, man, I understand exactly where you're coming from. I remember when I got divorced, I was living in my dad's rental place because I couldn't afford rent. I was driving an ex-yellow cab taxi, ex-taxi where someone had sprayed out taxi with a can of black fiddly bits. And I remember paycheck to paycheck, as soon as I got paid, I paid the bills and I'd have about $30 or $40 left over. It was terrible. I was so poor. I remember exactly. And I got to tell you, I remember my 3rd marriage. I had the same sentiments. Unfortunately, my 3rd marriage didn't carry on with the bliss. We decided to part for personal reasons, but I'm not going to destroy it. Whilst you're in that honeymoon period there, woo, that was probably one of the best periods of my life when I was married to the 3rd, the Japanese wife. So I got 10 years on you. I married her in 05. That's 13 years ago. And unfortunately, the 7-year itch, and, you know, I'm sorry, it didn't end with picket fences for me. But look, I do remember that, and if that gets you out of the hole there, the rut there, well, that's okay. I got to tell you, I really do love your collection. Just looking at these pictures here, wow, it's got real presence and soul. It tells your life story. Yeah, I don't think a dressy watch is your cup of tea there. You're a tool watch person. You have got the GMT, the sub ceramic, the Omega as your chronograph, and you've even going to double up with the Sea Dweller. The Sea Dweller. Is it a deep sea or a Sea Dweller? I'm using black and white copy, so it doesn't. I could look at the picture otherwise, but I think it's the deep sea you've got. I can't make it out. Anyhow, that's irrelevant. It's a wonderful collection you've got there. What would I add to it? Jesus. I mean, if you if you wanted to add something, let me just put a few things up there. I think you got the dive watch covered. The dive watch end is covered because you got 2 Rolex divers, and you could the GMT is also waterproof. So that's 3 water going watches. I would say another chronograph. I'd say like if you pilot, possibly a Breitling Navi timer. Maybe a Breguet Type 20. That would be really. That could actually, a Breguet Type 20 would be really good because that could be a dressy watch, but it's also a chronograph, sports chronograph. So I would definitely say that could be the way to go. I love the collection. I love it. I think it's got some real. It's nice to have. What I love about it is it's all steel usable pieces. No ritzy, bullshit pieces there. They've all got a purpose and a being. So I think it's a fantastic collection. I hear your struggles, man. Oh man, that was I know exactly what you're talking about there. I'm hearing you, brother. I'm hearing you. Jesus Christ, that was pretty bad. I remember waking up. Sometimes I'd wake up in the morning early, and the only way I could get back to sleep was thinking of ways I could end my existence. And I never did that. I was, it's always a coward's way out. But man, I know exactly what you're coming from there. It's pretty. I'm really pleased you've turned things have turned around, and you're doing well, and you seem very happy, which is good. That's you got a great collection. I mean, let's be honest with you. 4 pieces. How many pieces do you want? I think 4. I don't know if you need any more. You know that realistically, 4 pieces. You could possibly get rid of one of the divers if you wanted to. I mean, it's all very, very good there. You got some great pieces. I think you got more than enough, man. It just pops. You could get rid of one dive, yeah, if you wanted to. You could possibly get if it's love, you could get a nice watch, nice ladies Rolex for her indoors. What do you think? Hey, what do you think? With diamond dial, mother of pearl, that could be a way to go. But I think you got a great collection. I love it. I love steel sports watch. I got to tell you, if I'm sort of thinking myself, if I got rid of my Patek Philippe. And I have a love-hate relationship. I love it, then I hate it, then you know how crazy I am there. And I gotta tell you, I really think that if I got rid of it, I'd maybe get a diver for myself. I think steel sports is just so damn cool. Steel sports is so damn cool there. So I really think myself, nothing wrong with steel sports watches. They're so usable. I love it. I've been wearing my IWC today, and I love something in steel. I'm not afraid of scratching it, or I'm careful with them, but it's just so usable, man. So usable. And I mean, let's be honest. You buy your watches to enjoy and to use, not not safe queens. So I just want to say to you, Scott, well done with your life. I really like hearing positive stories there. And you didn't send me a photo of the missus. I would have loved to see a photo of you two together. Get her a watch. Come on, she sounds like she's really special. Get her a Rolex, man. Maybe a mid-size, or the 26 mil ladies is kind of that. I think that's more feminine for a little Asian girl, but a lot of women prefer the mid-size. Great, jewelers on time. Get her a mid-size. Get her a mid-size Rolex steel. oyster bracelet, and she can enjoy the fun with you. Sounds like you got a real... She sounds like she's a really good lady there. So I'm glad to see you found happiness. It didn't quite work out for me, but hey, it was fun for a while. It was really good. I look back on that fondly. I'm Paul Pluta. Paul Pluta channel, Archie Luxury channel. Tell me what you guys think of that.